here, standing there at the edge of the sidewalk like this. Like crossing his arms and really goddamn, like he looked angry. Hey everybody, my name is Ashton Drags, and for today's video, long-awaited video, is actually going to be a story time about the time that the cops were called on my first ever live performance with Nick and Ozzy of Scarlet Magnum. So to give some background information, if you don't know me, my name is Ashton Drags. I'm a 15-year-old aspiring musician. I currently have 2 singles out on all major streaming platforms, Voices and Fall Asleep, that have been released very, very recently, and an upcoming EP on the way that is very close to being finished. But yeah, that's basically it. Let's get on to the story. All right, so more background information. I met Nick and Ozzy online on Instagram when I noticed that they were from a town very close to where I live right now in New Jersey. I text them and I go, I'm not sure exactly who I was contacting because it was from the band account. I'm not sure if it was Nick or Ozzy, but I think it was Nick. I said, oh my God, I'm from New Jersey too. And, we were talking back and forth about it, just like, getting to know each other and listen to some of their music. And I literally fell in love with their debut single at the time, Everlast, and they currently have their first EP, The Basement, out on, I think, most streaming platforms, and it's also out on Bandcamp. I don't have a Bandcamp. I know a lot of people use it, but I don't use it, which I probably should, but they also have merch and CDs out for their new EP, so please go check it out because they make amazing music, and I'm so grateful to be always doing concerts with them, and it's really, really cool. So currently at this point, since, just tell you how long ago this was, even though it was only 2 months ago, I think 2-3 months ago, I did not have any music released yet. I know it was very close to being released because by the time I did the show, I think the song was out by then. Voices, I think it was out by then. I can't be totally sure. Yes, it was out. It was most definitely out, and or it was close to being out when I contacted them at the time. So a couple days after that, I had booked a show at my now most favorite bar or performing area in the world, Tyndall Road Brewing in Bordentown. Yeah, Bordentown. Why did I say Bordentown like that? I have no idea. In Bordentown, New Jersey. I found out this place because I was doing something in the town and I was walking past it and there was a band getting ready and there was a very small corner for performing, and this was a whole ass band with a drummer and 2 guitarists and a vocalist as one of the guitarists, and they were just staring at this corner with all this drum set stuff all around them, and I was like, oh my God. They have nowhere to set it up. I wasn't worried as much as how to contact these people in order to schedule a show for myself. I just wanted to know if this band was actually gonna fit this drum set because I just wanted them to have a good night. So after I saw that they actually got it set up and I was like, yay! I decided to go on their website a few days later and contact them and just ask, how to set everything up. So I totally forget. I would know if I thought about it, but I totally forget when this concert happened, even though I do have a vlog about it out on my channel, so go ahead and check it out because it was a very fun day. So I set up a date with them and I was very, very excited. And then a few days later, I was contacted by Nick of Scarlet Magnum asking if him and Ozzy could open up together as the band. And I was like, oh my God, hell yeah. I was super, super stoked. A few days later, we went to Nick's house for the first time ever and had a big practice together. They did their set and I did my set. I also have a vlog about that up, so I'm not gonna go a lot of context into it because as I said, I have a vlog up about the entire day at Nick's house performing and practicing and stuff. Super, super fun day, but it turned into a long night because I had to help my dad with some stuff and we ended up going to bed really late, but it was totally, totally worth it because we were so stoked for this because now I had an opening band and my first ever performance, and they had more experience than me in performing, but this was my first time doing a concert, and besides being super excited, I was totally nervous. So the days count down and then it's the day of the concert. I get up nice and early, do my thing in the morning. Mindy and I, my wonderful photographer who took the photo for Voices, We went out for a quick photo shoot around like noon. I forget when my performance was. I think it was around 2 or something, or 4. So we went out and we did a cute little photo shoot and, had a really good time. Here's some of the photos on the screen right now. And, yeah, that was pretty much it. We had a really good time. And then we came back to the house, ate a little something while we got ready. And then my mom, my dad, my sister, and we all went into my dad's beautiful Mustang. And then we drove to Tyndall Road Brewing. Here's when things get spicy. We unpack. I go over to Nick and Ozzy's car and help them unpack because they have a shit more ton stuff than me. So I help mostly Nick with this drum set because I have a lot of experience in playing the drums, so I initially kind of know how to set up a drum set, what to hold correctly, what not to carry because, I'm 4'7", and I don't have a lot of muscle, so, yeah. So, me and Nick are doing our thing, setting up his drum set, and, I see some of my dad's friends, like my dad's old boss. Shout out to Jack, you're an icon. We get everything set up. And, they have Nick and Ozzy start doing their sound check. I see my amazing friend Tara, who I met at a Sleeping with Sirens concert. Such a great night. And my next door neighbor, Rick. Shout out to you too, Rick. You're an icon too. And then the set starts. Nick and Ozzy have this amazing intro walk-in song plan. And I'm like, bro, how do you do that? And it was so cool to watch them. And then some things start to happen. So, I was sitting back watching the set, and my dad whispers to me, and he goes, Nick's dad just told Nick to be quiet, and I go, why? And he's like, people are getting noise complaints, and I'm like, oh no. There was only actually one person who was complaining about the noise. Everybody else in the area could not give a flying fuck. But this particular person was so angry, and I was like, bro, come on now. And, things were kind of chill for a little bit. I watched their set. Then my dad goes over and whispers to me again, this guy called the cops. And I go, what the hell? Like that one scene in Rick and Morty where Summer's like, what the hell? That's exactly what went through my mind. I was like, oh my fucking god. I was like, oh shit, oh my god, I'm gonna get kicked out forever, I'm never gonna be allowed in the bar again. And Nick and Ozzy were told, Ozzy's eyes, as you expect, Ozzy was like, oh shit. We are all silently like panicking, and I see this guy who did the noise complaint standing there. 1 second. This guy's standing there at the edge of the sidewalk like this. Like, crossing his arms and really goddamn, like, he looked angry. And I was like, shit, I'm not sure if I'm even gonna be able to do my set at this point in time. So then, the cops are there. They're just sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god. And, like, my dad goes over to talk to them. Nick's dad goes over to talk to them. They didn't fucking care either. Like, the cops didn't care either. They get in their car and they leave. This guy is still standing there. Nick and Ozzy have to shorten their goddamn set. It was so crazy. Nick and Ozzy had to, like, shorten their set. Like, Ozzy goes to the microphone. All right, y'all, we're gonna have to shorten this. And I'm like, oh my god, no, because I wanted to see the rest of their set. But, they do the rest of their set. We gather around, we're like, oh god. And we were so shaken up from this to the point that, I didn't even do my walk-in song, because it was kind of a mess. And, we were so just utterly annoyed from this guy. We end up talking to him after my set that went all sorts of projectile vomit, as Daniel Howell would say, projectile vomit. Oh my god, my set. It was just because I was so stressed out about this whole cop situation just because of a noise complaint when it wasn't even the noise complaint. I'm not being petty either. It's not like we were having... So my set goes utterly terrible, and my ukulele's out of tune for the first song. I don't even do my walk-in song. I drop my pick in the middle of my Blondie cover. It was an entire mess. I end up having, my healthy sobbing session after my performance, and then I meet this guy. This guy like, okay, I have to give them. He apologized up and down about it. He was like, I'm so sorry, but I've been super annoyed about this happening recently, and I go, what? If he is apologizing for something, I was utterly confused. He said he was in a band, he did music, and I'm like, then why are you complaining about it? If you were in this setting, you would understand how stressed out we could be about you. And to put the cherry on top, this guy gives us his business card. He gives us his business card, and we're just like, what? And guess what the business card is for? Recording. This business card is for recording. And if I had it, I would show it to you guys, but I threw it away weeks ago. But I appreciate that he apologized. But am I mad? I'm still very angry about what happened. But as for Nick and Ozzy, Nick crossed off a goal on his bucket list that day. He told me he wasn't mad. He was like, bro, I got the cops called on me. And I go, yeah, you did. He goes, check. And I go, what? And he goes, it was a bucket list. I was like, what? So it turns out it was on Nick's bucket list for him to get his band to get the cops called on. I was like, all right, whatever you want. Him and Ozzy are high-fiving because they achieved something. And I'm like, you know what? You go. That's great. I was like happy for them, even though I was kind of pissed that their set was cut short. I was like, you know what? If you achieve something today, then that's amazing. And they didn't fucking care that they had to shorten their set. All that they cared about was that they achieved something in being a rock band. And I respect that. You know, half of this video was ranting. Anyway, guys, so that's the end of the story time. I'm not going to tell the rest of the story because basically we just went back to Nick's house and we kind of ate dinner and celebrated for the night. But that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I haven't uploaded in a hot minute because I haven't really had any ideas, haven't done a lot of shows because school just got back in session for me and I'm working on my sophomore year. But I'm planning on booking a couple more shows very, very soon. So, yeah. Thank you so much for over 25,000 Spotify monthly listeners. But, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am Ashton Drags, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.